Okay, so it's May 2025 and Windows 10 or support for Windows 10 is ending in October. That's the 14th of October 2025. So we've not got long left. But what do you do if your system is not supported? What do you do if you keep getting a message up on the screen saying that your computer isn't supported? You might have got this type of message come up, or you might go into update and security and you may well see something like this that says get ready for Windows 11. To see if your PC can run Windows 11, check the hardware requirements. You go to check the hardware requirements and it doesn't meet the hardware requirements. Or you might be looking at this page here thinking, well, I haven't got a clue if my PC meets these requirements. If you haven't, then what you can do is you can scroll down to the bottom of the page and go to there where it says check for compatibility. Left click on download PC health check app and then left click on that again, and you should see this Windows PC health check setup come up in the top right hand corner. Once that's downloaded and you see this open file here, you can left click on that and then accept the terms in the license agreement after reading that, of course, and then left click on install, let it install. And then with open Windows PC health check ticked, click on finish. And then if you see this heart flashing at the bottom of the screen there, click on it. And then once you see this, click on the blue and white check now button. And there you go. It says there that my PC does not currently meet the Windows 11 system requirement. So if you get that message, how do you upgrade to Windows 11? Well, this guide is going to show you how. To like this video, share it and subscribe to my channel. As I say, I'm running a system that is not supposed to run Windows 11, but how can I use this little hack to get my system upgraded to Windows 11? Well, first of all, I should say that if your system is not designed to run Windows 11, although you should be able to upgrade it to Windows 11, there are no guarantees that it's going to run stable. I mean, at the end of the day, Microsoft haven't designed Windows 11 to run on your system. So anything you do now is totally at risk to yourself. And what I would suggest is, as in any upgrade, make sure that you've backed up all of your important files. Make sure that you've got all of your passwords, because if it all goes wrong, then you're going to have to set things up from scratch. I can take no responsibility for this. And certainly if your computer is used for work and is important to you, then I would recommend buying a new PC. Or if you're not too sure and you're thinking, no, I don't want to take any risks, then you're going to have to buy a PC that is compatible with Windows 11. So first of all, let's just close these windows down here by clicking on the cross, and I'm just going to delete this Windows PC health check app. So I'm going to go into the downloads folder. Let's just go into yellow folder there, click on downloads just on the left, and I'm just going to delete this Windows PC health check setup by right clicking on it and then left clicking delete, and then close this down by clicking on the cross in the top right hand corner. Now, first things first, I would suggest make sure that Windows 10 is fully up to date. So click on the start button, click on the settings cog, and then click on update and security, and then click on check for updates. Now, the little balls may go from left to right across the screen. They may take a little while before anything happens. Just be patient with it. And mine says you're up to date. Don't worry about any preview updates like this one here that says cumulative update preview. Ignore those. If you do have updates, let them install and then restart your computer and perhaps check once more to see if there are any more updates. So let's just close this down by clicking on the cross in the top right hand corner. This method also doesn't use any third-party software. So if you're worried about any viruses being put on here, then it's just not going to happen. The software downloaded is directly from Microsoft. So all we need to do is we just need to open our browser. So I'm going to open up Microsoft Edge, and we go up to the address bar at the top of the screen, not the search the web bar, but the address bar right at the very top of the screen, and we type in there microsoft.com/software-download/Windows 11. Pause this video and write this down if you need to, then press enter or return on your keyboard. Now, if you've typed the address in wrong, you'll get probably a screen like this. So go back if you have and double check. So go back if you need to and type it in again. Where I went wrong was I put a comma between Microsoft and .com and not a dot. So, okay, I've tried it again, typed it in, press enter or return. And if you've typed the correct address in, you should be seeing this window here. Now scroll down to download Windows 11 disk image ISO for x64 devices. So I should also have said here, your device must be a 64-bit system. Now the chances are 99% of the time Windows 10 is going to be a 64-bit system, but if it isn't, don't worry, it will tell you it's not, and unfortunately you won't be able to upgrade to Windows 11. But like I say, most of the time Windows 10 is a 64-bit system. What can you do if you've got a 32-bit system? Well, you can't upgrade to Windows 11. You have to reinstall. You have to install it from scratch. So let's just click on the little drop down there, select download, select Windows 11 multi-edition ISO for x64 devices, and then click the blue and white download now. That's a left click. Okay, and then you need to check or select the product language. Now, this must be the product language that you have already installed on your computer. Now, sometimes you will find that if you select the wrong product language, when you go to upgrade Windows 10 to Windows 11, it won't allow you to retain your files and apps, etc. If that's the case, if it comes up and it won't let you retain your apps and settings and files, then you've selected the wrong product language. And when I mean the wrong product language here, as you can see, say for English, you've got English United States and English International. Now, if you download the wrong type of English, it's not going to let you carry across all of your programs, all of your files and settings, etc. So you have to go back and download the other English. Same with Chinese. You've got Chinese Simplified and Chinese Traditional. I think all the others are pretty straightforward. There's only, yeah, that's it. It's just Chinese and English. So bottom line is, if you go here and you download English International and you find that it doesn't let you keep your files and everything when you go to set it up or when you go to upgrade, then cancel the upgrade, come back here and choose the other English or the other Chinese. So I'm going to select English International, click on confirm. And there goes validating the request. Now, as I say, this is Microsoft Direct, so there's no third-party software. Then you move your mouse over 64-bit download. That's the blue and white icon there. Left-click once, and it will then start downloading. Now, this is going to take a long time, especially if you're on a slow connection. So just be patient with it. I'm on quite a fast connection. It's still going to take 17, 18 minutes. So I'm going to pause this video, and we'll come back to it once it's finished downloading. Okay, so once it's finished downloading, if you've downloaded it in Edge, you should see open file there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to close down Edge or your browser by clicking on the cross in the top right-hand corner and then go to any yellow folder and then click on Downloads just over there on the left. And then right click on win11_24h2_ whatever you've downloaded and left click Mount. And then if this comes up, left click Open. And hopefully after a few seconds, you should see this come up. Now, what you want to do is you want to double left click Sources. And then what you want to do is you want to find an empty area of this window here, something that hasn't got anything in it. Hold down the Shift key. That's usually below the caps lock key on the left hand side of the keyboard, and then click the right mouse button. Then let go of the Shift key and move your mouse over Open PowerShell window here and left click once. Then you should get this blue screen come up here. So you want to type /setup_prep.exe. That's all one word, no spaces. And then you want to put in a space, then a /, and again, all in lowercase, the word product, space, and then the word server. Pause this video if you need to make a note of it. Once you've done that and type this in, press enter or return on your keyboard. You may well see this. Do you want to allow this app from an unknown publisher to make changes to your device? As long as it says Setup Prep there, then move your mouse over yes and left click once. And then it should say preparing, and you should see there install Windows Server. Now, ignore the fact it says install Windows Server. And what I would say here is click on change how setup downloads the updates. Now, it's not installing Windows Server, don't worry. Click on the little circle to the left of not right now, so there's a black dot in it. Then uncheck I want to help make the installation better. If that is checked, it's probably not, but move your mouse over next. Once you've done that, left click once and it says we're getting a few things ready. Now I'm going to pause this video and we're going to come back to it because this bit does take a little while. And you will see the applicable notes and license terms. So read through these carefully and accept them. If you accept them, if you decline them, you won't be able to go any further. So move your mouse over accept, left click once. And here it says choose what to keep. Now, if keep file settings and apps are grayed out, then you need to go back and re-download Windows in a different language. I downloaded English International. It's quite possible yours might be English United States. So if that's grayed out and you've downloaded English International, shut this off by clicking on the cross just up there and exit out of this and go back to the Microsoft website earlier in this video and re-download it, the other, like English United States. So I'm going to make sure that keep file settings and apps are selected. Now, I should say, even though it says keep it, if anything was to go drastically wrong, then you could lose your files, you could lose your settings, and you could lose your app. So make sure before you follow this guide, you have got a backup copy. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Make sure you've got a backup copy of anything important. Make sure you've got the means to reinstall any software, and make sure you've got passwords for websites and apps that you use on a regular basis. So certainly things like your emails, perhaps your social media accounts, etc. So if you're happy to continue, move your mouse over next, left click once, and it goes back to making sure you're ready to install. I'm going to pause this video again and we'll come back to it in a moment. Okay, so now it says ready to install. It's your last chance to back out if you don't want to proceed with this. As I say, make sure you've got backup copies of everything, because if it goes wrong, then you could stand to lose everything, and I can't be held responsible for this. So if you're happy, move your mouse over install and left click once. And just walk away from the computer. Again, it says installing Windows Server, but don't worry, it's not installing Windows Server. It is just installing Windows Pro or Home Edition, depending on whatever you had installed under Windows 10. So I'm going to pause this video because this is going to take some time. It says your PC will restart several times. This might take a while. So I'm going to pause this video and we'll come back to it later on. Okay, and after a few restarts, you will see Windows should have updated to Windows 11 if all's gone well. And let's just have a look. So I'll click on the Start button, click on Settings, and if we go into System just over on the left, and then scroll down and go to About and click that. As you'll see here, the processor, it's an Intel Core i7-2670, so it's a 2 series, so it shouldn't be compatible with Windows 11, but as you can see quite clearly, Windows 11 has been installed. Now, as I say, whilst it works today, you may well find that later on it may stop working because Microsoft could do an update which might not be compatible with your system. And you will find that as new feature updates come through, which they tend to release every sort of couple of times a year, you might find that you have to manually go through this step again to get the feature updates, i.e. so when Windows 11 version 25H1 comes out at some point in the future, it won't automatically update to that. You'll need to manually follow these steps, going back to Microsoft's website, download the ISO file again and reinstall it in the same way we've just done just now, if that works. Security updates will still come through. They're usually valid for a good 18 months after the feature update has been released. But like I say, feature updates, they need to be manually installed. They won't automatically install. So what I'm going to do now is, what I'm going to say now is, we really need to clean up the system after doing this. We need to delete the download that we made earlier because it's a huge download. It's taking up quite a bit of space. So let's just close this down by clicking on the cross in the top right hand corner. click on the yellow folder just at the bottom there, and then click on downloads just over on the left. And then we want to find this win11_24h2 file and left click once on it. And then you want to hold down the shift key on the keyboard and then tap delete. And then let go of the shift key and it will say, are you sure that you want to permanently delete this file? Well, yes, we do. Move your mouse over yes, left click once.